The purpose for what we are doing will get revealed to us. Our intuition becomes stronger. The best way is to listen to our intuition, develop the ability to listen to the feelings. Mind versus heart. Purpose is to learn and enjoy, which is in the process we're going to help others naturally. The service becomes a natural element of it. And our purpose from time to time is getting revealed to us just by paying close attention to our heart. How do we know? When we go into the flow, we don't realize the time. Yes, the time. You spend 3 hours and you realize, oh, already 3 hours are over. You don't think of your food. You don't think of who are there around you. But you are so deeply engulfed in it. If you are engulfed in a set of activities in the so deeply, that means you are aligned to that thing that you're doing is pretty much in alignment with what you love to do. We receive a lot of insights automatically. Mind is not playing. When we are moving from one set of activities, maybe for next 3 months, next 3 years, 4 years, what you're doing to the next one, it slowly starts revealing to us. When we pay close attention, it starts revealing, hey, it's enough for you in this job, change. You'll also notice when you're not enjoying it anymore, that is the time to question yourself, what's happening? And that is the time to go deep into it and then question yourself and then make that brave decision to move on to the next one, change it. And identifying is by going into the flow, by taking up a task, whatever that you want. Suppose you want to start a new business, take a small task out of it, go into the detail. Push yourself a bit. Go beyond the comfort zone. When you want to make a change into ourselves, we got to be invariably looking at beyond the comfort zone. Do what you're doing, but go beyond the comfort zone. Take that extra time. Cut down something that is unnecessary. For a few days, see for yourself when you're doing it. Are you going into the flow? Means you forget when you do that activity, your spouse, your parents are telling you, hey, come on, come for dinner. You say, oh, okay, I'm going to come. And then you are into it again. You love it. So if you are not mindful of the time that's happening around you or the people, and about yourself, that means you're liking it, you love it. You visualize the future around it. You want to be getting a lot of heightened feeling. Those feelings are building up day by day. As you're visualizing in a meditation, at the end of the meditation, then you need to be feeling a lot more deeply about what you're doing is exciting you. You got to bring that gratitude, joy, enormous joy of having achieved that goal. Like if you're starting a business and then 3 years down the line, you set up the business, already it's become bigger. $1 million business has become. So then how will your life change? Visualize it. That's called clarity. Do you have that clarity? Do you have that excitement? Our heart is always telling if you're going to be excited with that experience that you're going to gain. That is another way we can easily identify, is it something that I'm going to align to? Happy evening, dear friends and masters. A great morning and afternoon. We're all seeking a change. The change to become a new person, because meditation is making that change. There are changes about waking up early, wanting to go and then do an exercise every day, or setting a new habit. They're all changes. Taking a new old habit and then you have a new habit installed. Change requires a strong resolution to be that, and then second, it requires repetition. A strong resolution to yourself, declaring to yourself to, in as many ways as possible, to determine to yourself that I'm doing this change, a stronger resolution, and to yourself, and repetition. We got to repeat whatever that we want to become a few times. So every day we are meditating, every day we're repeating it. Every day we are bringing ourselves to this session. We are determined, and so we are bringing ourselves to the sessions. But to install this habit, we must continue, dear friends, for a few more days. Because the environment is putting so much conditioned pressure on us regularly. It's easy to hear from people and families and friends as you can do it tomorrow. It's coffee time now. It's getting late for office. In many ways, we get the distraction, so then we go away. But it requires two things. The change always in the beginning is difficult, and so there has got to be a stronger resolution. It's called breaking the habit of being ourselves. So we recognize it, that our body is already conditioned to work in a certain way. It likes its coffee time. It likes its extra sleep time, that, the snoozing of the alarm, you got to press it 3 times because it's conditioned to it. It loves it. It wants to press it a second time and a third time. And so it keeps putting you back to be the old you, whereas you are wanting to become the new you, but then it takes over pretty quickly because it's got conditioned so much of emotion. So the mind is going to tell so many things. Why do you want to do it now? It's all the same meditation. You can sit down, close your eyes. You can do it any time of the day. It's okay. Do it later. Already you finished 40 days. You've done a lot of work. So now we can relax, chill. It is okay. In many ways, the mind is going to tell us, because the mind is always wanting to control, whereas we are trying to take control of the mind and body. Right now, they are in the control of ourselves. Of course, we have done enough, 30 plus days of regular practice. But so the best way, dear friends, of course, we continue to repeat it. We got to recognize that I must repeat it and repeat and repeat it. But then before that, in order to not get pulled away into the old self and old belief and old system, we declare. I would say you sit down with your teams and declare to them, hey, tell you what, guys, 7 o'clock to 8 o'clock is my meditation time in the morning, so don't disturb me. You don't set up meetings at 9 because I can't make it. So it's going to be my morning meditation time for the next 3 months. So I'm not going to come. So please don't set up any meetings early. Declare to them. Declare to your family. Declare here. I did the declaration to myself when I understood the benefit of meditations in the year 2002. As soon as I understood, I said, I want to be in this company of people, and then so I don't fall back. And so when somebody came to me at that time, I also wanted to actually go and then do service. I committed a service, meditation service, to be part of that Pyramid Valley project. I gave my name. I said, I will be in the best possible way to give my services. Because I knew if I give a word to a group of people, then I will work towards it. It's going to help me to move towards it. Because our will is always trying to match the intention or the word that you give. It's trying, it always tries. And so making a group of friends and then telling them, potentially calling me and then saying that, sir, I'm going to do this for 90 days. I'm telling you, do it. Why? We don't lose anything. But declaring to yourself and then spreading that word to people around. So that means you are a lot more committed, dear friends. You're a lot more committed. You are making it tomorrow when we have these breakout room sessions. Declare to people there, to your facilitator, do it. We have nothing to lose. But we are making commitment to ourselves, saying this is going to be important. Letting people know, letting the world know this is important for me. You tell your family members, tell you what, next few days, and in case I don't get up, and in case I'm going away in the evenings, I'm going to plan my old self. I got to go to do that grocery thing, all that at that time. Please remind me. Said, hey, you told you meditation is important. Can you remind me and support me on that part? Our facilitators will be very, very happy to do that call to you, by the way. If you want them to support, they'll be very happy. They will sure call you. They'll sure let you know that, sir, you wanted to do this. So come on, are you joining or not today? Are you doing a meditation? We declare, we commit, and then we repeat. We repeat. If you do these two, we sure are going to overcome the limitation that the body is setting on us, and then we become the master of it. Then it doesn't matter. 3-4 months of practice later, it doesn't matter. You are in control of it. You decide to do, not do. You decide when to do, not to do. The company is going to definitely help. The good company, meaning the company of other meditators, similar interests are going to help. Utilize the WhatsApp group of the facilitators. The change that is going to come in the beginning, it's a 3 phases. Change is tough in the beginning, messy in the middle, glorious in the end. The change that we're seeking, we got to make some compromises here. We got to say no to say a few things. This is going to be initially tough, and we're already on the path. It'll get messy in the middle in terms of where to draw the line, where to say no and yes. Especially this change of meditation, where we are going to start finding many things illusionary in nature, temporary in nature. Earlier we were so attached to an experience. Now we start seeing from a different distance and say, become observer. So we look at it and say, oh, what's the point in me trying to take so much time to go for a family dinner together? It's 2 hours of time, just killing time, 2 hours. Should I even be doing that? Am I not better off in reading my book? And so there could be a potential to withdraw what seem like some of the day-to-day things that we do. And so people around get confused. Are you getting better or are you like pulling away from it? There's some of these things will happen. You have decision making here and there. We say, okay, you guys do it. You don't feel it can get a little bit messy, but it is okay. Your facilitators, the people who travel this path will tell you. But always, this is for any change. When the change is getting implemented, so there's going to be, you're redrawing the boundaries of how to operate. And so that's all I'm trying to say. But we'll deal with it later. But initially, making sure that we are crossing the tough period, not falling back to the old, is important. So let's go into meditation, dear friends, to complete our journey about our understanding about the 6 theories of spiritual science that we set out yesterday after the meditation, to understand a model that is proven again and again by various spiritual masters. And so we're putting every event that's happening into that model. And so then we know that, okay, why something is happening the way it's happening. We have clarity about it. And so when you have clarity of why something is happening, then we're able to take better action. Better decision, better action. Otherwise, we become paralyzed. So we'll complete that model of the 6 spiritual science theories, which are helping to define the nature of personal reality. After meditation, relax yourself. We are practicing breath mindfulness meditation. Our goal is to observe our natural, our goal is to observe our natural breath. Let me put this slide here. Yes. So observing our normal, natural breath with your eyes closed, as you see in the picture. Welcome to anybody who joined you today. As you see in the picture, you sit down very comfortably relaxed. Sit down relaxed. With your eyes closed, if you're wearing spectacles, remove them. Legs crossed, fingers into fingers, and hands in your lap comfortably rested. And observe your natural breath. Anywhere on the nose is a reference point. When you observe the breath slowly, we go into meditative states of emptiness or any sensations that you may observe. In case you have thoughts, any time during the process of meditation, if you have thoughts, attention, you bring your attention back to the breath again observe. Let's say as you observe the natural breath slowly, you go into empty states or energy states. Called breath mindfulness meditation. We're going to spend maximum time here today. We're doing a process called heart elevation. Before that, just follow my guidance for the difference. Relax yourself. Sit comfortably. Dear friends, with your eyes closed, keep your hands on your chest area. Rest your attention on your breath, on your sacred heart. Take a slow, long, relaxing breath. And can you feel your beautiful heart? Breathe more of that slow, relaxing breath. And can you feel that seat of all emotions, which is expanding all life with its love energy, with its gratitude energy. It's a greater love for life. As you feel your heart, bring yourself into the present moment. Can you feel that love energy, that gratitude energy inside your beautiful heart? Relive a moment from your life of love, of gratitude. Feel more of that love energy, of gratitude, and a love to expand your heart center love, gratitude, compassion, appreciation for all the ways to become one with everything and everybody again in this beautiful connected world.
The tribe.
Can you feel the love energy inside your beautiful heart? Can you become one with all things and everybody with a love energy? Where your attention goes, there the energy flows. Can you radiate that energy beyond your body onto every corner of this planet Earth? But it's bound to be received by the needy. Feel the love inside your beautiful heart.
The king.
Dear friends, let's go into breath mindfulness meditation. With your fingers into fingers, rest your hands comfortably in your lap. Eyes closed. Observe your normal in-breath and the out-breath. Relax yourself. Feel your body. Let your autonomous nervous system process the energies into the body. As you relax, recollect your experiences from the session. How did you feel? Where did you go? What did you experience? And whenever you are ready, you can keep your hands on your eyes for 5 seconds and then slowly open your eyes. Okay, dear friends. Hope you enjoyed the session. Anybody would like to do any sharing? Well, today, this week, the whole program. Before you go into the concept, okay. Yes, go ahead, Swetaji.
Namaskar. So I've already given my feedback, Chandra sir. Just want to say that each and every day is adding more and more grace to life. This sudden peace, calmness, and this quietness. Feeling more and more creative day by day, and everything is just so beautiful, so graceful. So again, thank you so much from the deep core of our soul, in fact. Thank you.
Wonderful. What are you reading, Swetaji?
I'm reading You Are the Place to Go, and I'm glad that even in the book club we are discussing about the same. So that's again an example, Chandra sir. When you are doing something, how the universe is also kind of supporting you, right? The hand is there that, okay, go ahead. We are there to support you. So that's there. And today, in fact, I already did the meditation at 2 o'clock, as I told you, because I'm not too sure about my evening hours. But, repeating it adds something more to it that just can't be expressed in words. But yeah, it's really, really beautiful. Thank you.
Wonderful. Yes, there'll be a period of that intense practice. We always go with a feeling. We keep learning, but ultimately go with a feeling. And if you feel like doing more, do it. Initial days, it's going to be that way. For an year, 2 years, we will absolutely be looking at understanding in every possible way, because this is revealing to us new way of thinking. As I've seen this program already, old self, new self. I've seen several times, and then that's what we're looking at again with this
knowledge that we're going to go through, there is an old self and there is a new self, how you think, right? So let me recap and recap. And so the reason I'm talking about these is that I wanted to just bring to the attention to say, hey, there is a big thing out there to explore. We are expanding that energy field, really. Materially, we understand what is there, but then all these 6 theories are sort of talking about how that energy field is operating. And people before us, they have done research and documented things like Michael Newton, like Dolores Cannon, like Dr. Raymond Moody. If the goal on one side is, of course, is to rest our mind and become good at the things that we are doing, but then that is a tiny goal. But then if the goal is to know ourselves, that infinite self, that we act as a quantum field, then we must explore these concepts. We can choose to rest our mind regularly and say, okay, I'm just going to get a little bit of extra energy, that health, that sharpness of the mind, and so then I can do my work and happily go there. Mindfulness, it stops there. But I want to become unlimited, experience that unlimited. Let me go limitless. Let me see what is it all about. And so then at every moment, whether it is a loss in the business or a significant gain in a business, whether it's a loss of a very close one or having a birth of a new one coming in there, we will feel neither too sad here, not too exuberantly happy and get carried away. So we understand it, the whole process. So then we have a more beautiful life. So the first one, theory of consciousness, we talked about, everything is originating from nothing to everything. Nothing is transient to everything. The key point here is that there is a cycle here. Things are happening. One transforms into another. So is the case with ourselves. One comes up out of nothing. So we came out of nothing. And then we are sure to go back after living a purpose, because everything has got its own time. And then after that, we're sure to go back into that emptiness and energy and come back in a different form. That company, the DNA of the company changes to become something else. Either people leave and then become something else in a new company, then they define a new DNA there, or the same company is breaking or becoming bigger. So something is happening. It's taking a new shape. Then the second thing we said is reincarnation. So essentially, when from nothing, something is originating, life is springing up, nothing. And the life is coming back again and again, is what we're saying. And it is coming with a purpose. It's coming with a purpose. It comes, experiences, goes. Comes, experiences, goes. And it's always starting from where it left before, which is very obvious for us here. We've understood this that day before yesterday. We're starting from where we left. If I've done in last place where I stayed, and if I just finished 4th grade, then I guess I'm going to the 5th grade in the next place. When my parents get allocated, I'm starting in 5th grade. They're not going to the 4th grade again. So we're starting from the point where we left, can explain why certain things are happening to people depending on where they left before. Why certain beautiful things that are happening, not so good things are happening suddenly. The law of reincarnation explains it. The law of reincarnation is about where your lifetime generally does not change the environment, the culture. You are experiencing an environment and a culture, so that you broadly your life experience of certain type. In New York downtown, you're born, and so your whole lifetime you're experiencing something out there. Or in countries that in Kerala, the God's own country, you are there and then always looking at the backwaters and just spending your time for the whole lifetime. Two different ways of doing it. So the environment does not change, but then we will go through a set of experiences to just know more about ourselves. And so why we're always coming back. And so where is the fear of death? When we recognize that we're always coming back in some form. And we connect to that energy to see where we are going, where we came from, where we are going. This is the meaning here. When Ramana Maharshi asked, do you know where did you come from? Who are you? Where you come from? Where are you going? What's your purpose? Ask these questions. Who are you? I'm Sweta. I'm not Sweta. Okay, tell me. When Sweta is what your parents gave you. Okay, who are you? Oh, yeah. So I'm being here in Delhi and I live here with the people. Okay, but that's a place. You could have stayed anywhere else. So who are you? Reincarnation essentially must help us to recognize that there is no death. There is a continuity. And so we move beyond that fear. We understand everything in a perspective. And so, dear friend, the third one is theory of cause and effect. For every cause, there is an effect. The ripple effect, you call it, the consequence. Everything is happening through our own intention. The quantum field could not behave differently at different times. It is the same. It's always is designed to respond to your thought and intention. That's it, period. It is designed to respond to your thought and intention. So in the field, we're all there, and then we're all playing our own games with our own thought and intention. You see, a company, let's say Mattel, the largest toy company, right? And so Mattel hired a lot of engineers there. Now they're asked to go and then create. What can they create? It's their own wish and how much your imagination they can imagine about. They go on creating new toys, new ways, many, many new things, right? It's their intention. How much your imagination they can drive themselves to is what they create. The quantum field is operating that way. Now, so then there is a cause and effect here. Depending on what I create, and then that creation, if it is righteous, great. If it is not righteous, then it has got always an effect on something. Every creation has an effect on something. Every creation may have an effect on something, but every time there's an effect, there's always a cause. Every time there's an effect, there's always a cause because it came from something. For example, if there is a toy that is made which is scaring people, there must be a cause for it. That person who created it must have had an intention of scaring people, and so then he created it with that thought. There's always for every cause there is for every effect there is a cause. It's also called law of karma. Now, we are a free will being, and so just like in an organization where you're given a lot of freedom to operate, and so we're a free will being, we go and then create. We're asked to come back and then tell me, hey, by when you can finish it. That's all they ask. But you define your schedules, you go and then do things. But if you do it and then it affects other people with whatever you do, then they in turn will, of course, cause a similar cause onto you, right? Because every effect can become a cause. So if you do things and then that makes other people slip their deadlines because you do not have the right intention. If you don't have the right intention, so they're making other people slip the deadlines, then there is a problem. So they're going to go back, and then the consequence is they're going to probably tell the managers, you know what, he's supposed to give me, but yesterday he didn't. He's only telling me this morning, and how can I deliver? There's a consequence for it. So the consequence is that the manager we're obviously going to say something back to you. And so then you have two choices, either accept it then, or you'll say, oh, no, if you don't listen to me, then I'm going to leave. Or you accept it. Either way, the consequences triggered another action here. So either you accept it, so that means you're going to take what appears like a little bit of punishment there. Appears like a little bit of punishment. We accept it. The environment is influencing back based on the effects we create. So when we are harming something, and they are in turn back, creating a cause and saying, look, my small children have been harmed so much by these people. And so that mother is agony is definitely going to put back a lot of that feeling into the field. So it's going to come back, ripple effect. It's going to come back to the people who cause it. Because they're going to target it at that entity. It's going to come back. Now the people who cause that violence are now killing to that. Now they're going to look at it in their perspective. Now the nature of the creation, dear friends, is that we are by default become coherent with good emotion, love, good joy, gratitude. So at some point, every human, every being, and every consciousness is always looking at and contemplating, why do you have this negative emotion? So when there is an effects coming back from consequences coming back and hitting at us, and then we're going to look at it and say, wow, I know, why did I do this? That thought raises into our heart, why did I do this? Ignore it. If I didn't know, it's a different thing. But after knowing that I cannot stop somebody's from growth, after knowing, why did I do this action that causes them to hurt, causes them to suffer? How could I have done this? What is wrong with me? And how much they would have suffered. Oh my God, for the hunting, I went there and I started shooting those rabbits by my satisfaction. And then I made them lifetime crippled with their legs not there. And so how poorly it would have fared its whole life. And so how could I do this? And what kind of agony it has gone through for its whole life. And when we regret like this, when we reflect upon this, my friends, we create a negative experience for ourselves because regret breeds new regretful experiences. There is an effect coming in towards us, consequence. When we cause something, it's okay. We're free to do. We're free to harm. We're free to cheat. We're free to manipulate. We're free to help. Whatever you want to do. We're free to do. But there's a consequence. The consequence has to be appropriately, needs to be looked at and handled. And this is where our human emotion can succumb to it. It will succumb at some point. So there are multiple ways. Now, what's the theory of cause and effect is saying is you can operate the way you want your life, free will, but then be wary of the consequences that come in your way. So it's equal to your company's role. The role you play in a company is equal to that. A founder started a company. And so for the whole part, they don't abandon the company. So that's their lifetime. Now you play different roles. You are the designer, you're the architect, you're playing that role. But let's say you did not cooperate very well with the team members. So the manager is going to come back and then tell you, you know what? For the next 5 days, you got to just sit down and fix all the things. So you're taking a different role now. You don't like it, but then you do it because you accepted it. If you didn't accept it, you go somewhere else that has a different consequence. It's a different thing. So we accept, and so we take a different role. It doesn't seem like really good. It's called a bad deed. There is a good deed where you only are interested in helping others. But however, you expect something. You help others and say, hey, I help you, and then I know you owe me something. These are the words we use, owe me something. So we expect something in return. When that something does not come back, then we feel bad again. We express a different emotion to them and saying, how could these people be like this? They are too selfish, they do this, do that. And so there also we are creating more. Again, every time we put something out there, we're creating more action for us. So it causes some more life experiences. So cause and effect is constantly, or karma it's called, is constantly creating more intentions into the field for us to continue to experience life after life after life. It's a free will system, not a punishment system. The third way it's going to happen is that if the founder, let's say he wanted to do a business in United States of America and Canada, or United States of America, and he had this intention that he wanted to go into those countries where people really need help. Let's say Sudan, let's say more dreaded countries where you have a lot more violence going. They wanted to do that. They started it. But they could not do it. So when you go back in the next company, when they're trying to start, they're looking at it and saying, hey, wait, these are the 5 objectives I had. I only fulfilled 3. Remaining 2 I could not do. I want to go back again. I want to do this. If people can choose a Mount Everest expedition where they know that they may not come back in flesh and blood, there is no reason why you will not seek other adventures, like wanting to do business in a country which is highly full of terrorism, or in a business where there is some other restrictions going on. There's no reason why you would not do it. It is an adventure. Our nature of the soul is to experience more. It is just an experience. It's how we're going to look at it. So the person who is saying, I want to do Mount Everest expedition, for many people, they don't understand. Why would you even do that? Why do you even do that? But then for them, it's a great adventure. They will do it. So, dear friends, so we're always designing. When we are designing, when we are going and planning for a company's next one, we're seeking more adventures. And so is the case with this is saying that we're all coming here for different roles. We play different roles. No role is bigger, no role is smaller. An entrepreneur was a CEO and grew the business big time, and so he's the top person in the company. But the next one is becoming an individual contributor to another company. Now, can we say that he's any lower in the newer company and he's any greater in the first company? It's not bigger or lower. It's just the decision that he made. And so they are there. That's all. So we see beggars, we see princes, we see kings, and then we see educated people, uneducated people, politicians, normal people, but they're all the same. They're roles we play. Just like Brad Pitt is playing different roles, just like Amitabh Bachchan is playing different roles. They don't get stuck in there. They finish their role, they recognize it. Oh, my role is finished. How beautifully did I live in this role? And so they're very happy about it. And then they soon recognize this is so temporary, they got to go back to the next one. There is a problem, they get stuck in it. If Amitabh Bachchan makes a king role and then he says, okay, now after the role is finished, and he says, no, I'm still the king. Come on, I want everybody to around me and then help me and everybody to give me all that special attention, service. I'm sorry, it's not going to come. And so then only suffering remains. So where we get unnecessarily deeply attached to the roles, we got to recognize it. That we are playing roles and then every role is same. Nothing is lower, nothing is higher. And we got to respect people for everything that they're doing. Spiritual science, nature of creation is saying that we're all just fine in what we are doing. Everybody is right in what they're doing based on what they know. Based on what they know. If you resonate with causing violence to somebody is not right, then we see in a spectrum of, in the current world, there is a spectrum of people, some who are completely, their only thing is that they want to, for the hook or crook, they want to just have everything for themselves. And so they don't really play a hoot in, causing violence to somebody. Then there is another set of people who do when they really are pushed to corner. There's another set of people who say, no, it's okay. We should never do that harm to somebody else. There are another set of people who are very positively saying, I want to change people, cause harm to others. So in a spectrum of things, we got all kinds of people are there. There's a different consciousness, evolution. But everybody is going through the journey and everybody is right, just the way that entrepreneur who is making several mistakes in the beginning and then getting better and better and better. In the beginning, they make serious financial mistakes. In the beginning, they don't know how to manage people. They push themselves onto them and say, hey, I'm telling you, I'm the founder, you do it this way. Right? They reinforce their ideas onto the team. And so there is consequences for it. The team will leave. And so the guys have to face all the consequences, so they will do things. But it doesn't mean that they're bad. No, they just did not know about it. So they're getting better by experiencing it. So everybody is right. There, we got to recognize with this law of cause and effect that everybody is right in their own way, and everybody is evolving, and everybody is playing those roles. And so there's no luck for us. We recognize and say, I have created it. Every experience is my creation. There's no problem anymore. It's all learning. Things happen to me, then it's learning. There's no why me, why not me, and then why is it happening? And so we look into it. That's the law of cause and effect called karma. We get to a point where, how does it doesn't happen? It's all about intention. Today, for example, when I do Buddhist Quantum Foundation, what am I expecting in return? And when you are doing your next company, are you expecting something in return? Or are you doing because you love to do it? There are two things. Are you inspired? Are you doing out of inspiration? Are you doing out of desperation? There are two things. If you are doing things, it's called truthful karma. There is a bad deed, good deed, and a truthful deed. Bad deed is where it's causing harm, violence, and then interference to others. Good deed is where it does not cause interference, but you have some expectation in return. When that's not met, then you have your own consequence. So you feel bad. The truthful deed is where you're doing it without an expectation. You're doing it because you love it. That's it. You go into nature because you love it. There's no expectation. So when there is no expectation, that means when there's no intention to cause something more, you're good. You're good. So there's no more further intention you're creating to experience more. This is how the life grows and grows. So that means if we can be happy in every moment without expectation, dear friends, we are done on the school of earth. If we can be happy every moment in what we are doing out of inspiration, because we love to do it, we do it without necessarily expecting something. And so we are done here because you're happy every moment. So nothing to learn. And so we move on. The school of earth, you finish our school training here. The law of cause and effect is where eventually move towards truthful deeds. Bad deeds to good deeds to truthful deeds. We do it because we love to do. I do not have goals, and we at Buddha's Quantum Foundation, yes, we wish to have goals. If they meet, it's great. If they don't meet, it's okay. But we enjoy every day, and we are loving what we are doing, so we're doing it. If Swetaji gives me great compliments, I'm very happy. If Swetaji does not give me compliments, I'm okay. And then happiness does not carry me forward to get attached to a compliment next time. I take it. I take it when life appreciates life, I take it. But then it stops, then we move on to the next moment. So that means we are doing out of inspiration. When we do things out of inspiration, dear friends, then it's not a burden and we don't expect anything in return. We are loving what we do, we continue to do it. So then we must move, and the goal of meditation is to move into that state in our every part of our life, every moment of our life. You go to work because you love to go there, because you like people. You want to be around them. In return, company will give you as a contract, it is okay. They will give you. When you do good things, automatically something will come. It has to come. But out of desperation, with a lack, oh, I must do this, and I'm starting this company because I have to have the $1 million. Without that, I don't get the financial freedom. Without that, I can't do my travel. And when you have all of these things linked up one to the other, that's desperation. That's not inspiration. You feel burdened. We'll come back to that as a purpose of life next week. But the fourth theory, and I'm going to go pretty quickly now, is theory of constant progression. It's saying there's no failure, always progress. There's always progress. There's no failure. Like I said, we stop from where we left and we start from where we left. So if a child in a college, if a student in a college is struggling to make 40 marks, 40%, or just barely making the grade, recognize as long as they're putting their best effort, but otherwise don't push them, because for all you know, they might have only got 20% in a previous time. They might have not even gone for any education at all in a previous life, where there have been only, let's say, farming and then deep inside interiors where they didn't have access to studies. So they didn't do any education, but now they started schooling. And so they are learning here. Don't push them too hard. The only thing to look for is, are they lethargic? Are they procrastinating? Some of those are what we look at, but not how much they're actually achieving. There's no failure, it's only progress. Law of constant progression is saying we always are progressing. In a period of 20 years, you say your life is always progressed. No failures, because every failure you became better. You know that, right, friends? And then the fifth thing is theory of meditation. When meditation comes, things get accelerated. Everything is accelerated in meditation. Ordinary life becomes miraculous life. Things start happening to us. You think about it, happens. Think about it, happens. You start thinking not just about your local park trekking. You start suddenly thinking, I want to go and do the parikrama of Manasarva Parikrama. You will go to the highest point miraculously, and then you go and do it. And meditation accelerates things. Whatever is happening, for 1 year, now it happens pretty quickly. It is a catalyst. Everything happens fast. Because you're very focused, you've got a better understanding, you operate from abundance, not from lack. So everything falls in place. And sort of catalyzes, it makes things faster. Before you're thinking, if I have money, I will do it. Now you're thinking, I've got it. I've got abundance. I'm doing it. And you change your thought and you change your life there, right there. So things come very quickly. So ordinary to miraculous is theory of meditation. The last one, dear friends, is infinity. There are infinite ways you can experience life, infinite ways you can learn, infinite ways you can interact with people, infinite companies you can start. The experiences are infinite. So infinity everywhere. So we become unlimited. We understood there's no fear of death. We understood that our experiences are based on what we cause. Law of karma is more of a free will system, not punishment. I am the one who is cause of it. We recognize it, we learn from it. We recognize there's only progress, there's no failure. We recognize that we added meditation, so I'm experiencing fast. And so what do you do? Experience life in many, many ways, dear friends. This is what we're going to do. So putting it all perspective, our perspective changes, old self to new self. There's no death, there's no luck, there are no problems, there are no failures. That means if I fail my business, it's not a failure, it is only learning. Because I know that my experience cannot be taken away, even though the society may say you fail in this business, that business, but I know I've figured out what should I not do and what should I do more next time. No failures. It's no longer an ordinary life, it's an extraordinary life. And then we're no longer limited. We're all becoming this new self. Thank you very much, dear friends. To put a perspective about how our reality is being created. So we read books, and when we start reading many books that we recommended, you will put these pieces together to understand this more. But one must explore that law number 2 and 3. Must explore reincarnation and law of cause and effect. There are several books on that. And then we start experiencing that, then we'll have a strong grasp on how to take things when they come to us in a way that is not expected. And how to not get carried away with an emotion. How to not get carried away with an emotion when we get a huge praise or a huge criticism, either way. So we'll meet back tomorrow. I think our host today is not there. So we'll meet back tomorrow again at 5:30 p.m. India time. Have a wonderful day. Still take a question or two for another 5 minutes, but Swati, can you play a 30-second music?
I am happy, healthy, wealthy, and wise. Happy, healthy, wealthy, and wise. And I know the light of love is shining in my eyes. I am happy, healthy, wealthy, and wise. Yes, I am. I
Yes. Shilpaji.
Yeah, hello. Namaste, sir. I'd like to say one thing that now, actually, I'm a housewife. I have worked for engineering company 10 years back, but I feel that every time, I don't know why, but the reason why I have kids and everything, but I'm very eager to work as an engineer. Um and again, the one thing is we are in Germany because we don't have any support also. But yeah, but I don't know why I feel every time I must do something. I have to get the job and I must start my career. So like that, I'm thinking maybe just now you explained in this class. Maybe I'm going through that stage. I'm thinking so because yeah.
Yes, madam. We have to fulfill a purpose. We have to fulfill a purpose. And meditation will make it more and more clear to you. That voice will keep coming up stronger and stronger. It might be there for a few days or years, but it'll make it so strong, it'll make it clear. Why not? When you said we don't have any support, please change that belief, the limiting belief. Because we only look from what is possible within our what we know. We say, okay, I'm here remote, no family member here, and so who can come and support me? Without knowing that the quantum field can operate in many, many ways. You don't know how many ways the help can come. One of our business leaders who shifted to Canada from India, she had a very, very ailing mother who can't even recognize. But she had an intention, so out of nowhere, very, very close family members would take care of her as much as she would take care. They came and said they will stay. Couldn't think of it that they'll actually happen. Would never think of it. And so she shifted and fulfilling her purpose there. So our only job is, hey, this is what I feel. So I'm working and help is on the way and then everything is falling in place and I know there is a solution coming to take care of my children as well as in a way that I'm supported. But one thing is for certain, you got to give maximum time when the children are too young. We got to give support. We got to give them time. Important. So that's our responsibility. And so you got to do that along with whatever that you're intending to do. So just put in intention. You are giving your full attention and time to the children. At the same time, there is help to support in a way that you can fulfill your desire that you're seeking, you feel like you got to do. Okay.
Thank you, sir. Actually, I feel that every time I can manage everything because before the time I used to go to the classes, German classes like that also I managed at the time. So that's why I have a zeal that I can manage everything. I can, because for this purpose, I'm going to give up my sleep also because I don't know why I'm doing like this, but now also every day I used to wake up at 3:30 in the mornings and I will be prepared to everything before only. So that's the thing.
That's great. That's inspiration. When you're inspired to do something, then it'll not be work. So you use the word give up sleep. It doesn't matter. You're not really sacrificing something because you love to do something else rather than sleeping. That's what you're doing.
Yeah, but whoever is seeing me, like my husband, and why are you doing all these things? Why are you so much struggling and you don't have sleep like that? But I don't feel like that. I don't feel at all. Just it's okay. Why everyone is saying me? Why you are doing like this? Why you are waking up early in the morning? So that.
Have done for meditation, madam. Give them the book Conversation with God by Neil Donald Walsh. Together you read that book.
Can you please repeat the names?
Conversation with God by Neil Donald Walsh, Part 1, Book 1.
Conversation with the God.
By Neil Donald Walsh, Book 1. The 3-part series, first book. Okay,
Thank you, sir. Sure, sir.
thank you. Okay, Shiv Prasad ji. Oh, 7:10. Okay.
Hello, sir. Namaste. I will go quickly about my question. So I am not doing quite well at work. I'm getting a lot of negative feedback. So how do I address this? Is it the right platform to ask the question?
You are not doing well where?
At work.
Yeah, okay. Your meditation will take care. Sincerely practice, and when you regularly practice, you see, we said 3 things, right? You meditate, you please read some books, join the book clubs, you got to give time, and then learn the wisdom by interacting with other people. And we do these 3 things. Meditation is a single solution to all challenges, all problems. It'll automatically happen because it's going to shift your thinking. You're going to shift your feeling to something more positive. That makes a change. Whatever may be the circumstance, but you just go at it. Now you understood today. What is the worst thing that can happen as a consequence in a workplace? They may say, hey, you don't have a place here. Maybe that's all that can happen, right? Nothing more. So how worried are we? We are consciousness. How worried are we in finding another job? I'm just saying it's a worst case scenario. So it doesn't matter. It's all about a group which is liking with each other. They find if you're not there, doesn't mean that we're not useful. It's just that they don't have a match to our skills. That's all it is. A company, when they reject or a group is not accepting, it means their expectation, their requirement is not matched with our skill. Simple. It does not mean that we are misfit. We are still fit somewhere because we came in with a purpose. That's a lot of consciousness. So have that understanding and then become more self-empowered, meditate more, and these things will sink in. Your internal feelings will change. More compassion, more gratitude towards people than to have more, frustration towards them. And that will be the beginning of a change. We've got to have patience to do this. You got to have awareness to do it. Awareness requires meditation regularly. So you will know that why am I thinking everything, because your thoughts change. Your feelings change. All the situations are lack of clarity and where we delay. When we don't take the right action at the right time, then we get into some kind of challenges to push ourselves back to learn back again, come back to the normal track. That's all it is. We do not taken the right decision at the right time. So then we sort of get into situations to come out of it. So now you have meditation. What happened? Okay.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you very much. All right, friends. So thank you very much for joining. So we'll meet again tomorrow. Thank you.